Live from the Fox 43 studio, this is Sportswrap with James Catato.
Hello, friends. I think this picture perfectly describes the 2024 Washington Commanders front row for the Jaden Show. The team is behind its rookie quarterback. They came into this game against the Cleveland Browns on top of the world, sitting in first place of the NFC East, all while looking for their first four-game winning streak since 2021. Commanders, Browns, Northwest Stadium, let's go. Jaden Daniels, there he is. Looks great in the Commanders' colors on a three-game winning streak. Brian Robinson Jr., a fantasy god this year, slips a tackle, gets into the end zone, 4-yard touchdown. Commanders up 7-0. Second quarter, Commanders lead 10-3. On a 4th and 3, Daniels, a little Houdini here, uses the legs. We know he can run for days. This is a 34-yard gainer with the legs. And B-Rob punches it home, 1-yard touchdown, his second of the half. Commanders lead 17-3. Late in the second, same score, Daniels drops back. We just saw the legs. How about the cannon to De'Ami Brown? 41 yards to the crib. That's another touchdown. Daniels threw for 238 yards and a tutty. Commanders win 34-13.
That's just a testament to how we were able to persevere through our adversity and battle through some things. Like Kerry said, man, we left some stuff out there on the table a lot. So I'm happy to get back and watch the film. It's always better to go back and review stuff after a win, but, you know, we got to improve.
So another week, another record-setting day for the Commanders and their rookie quarterback, who again has now led Washington to its best start in 16 years. It's the first time they've gone 4-1 since 2008. You know how long it's been since 2008? Do you know what was popular in 2008? Apple-bottom jeans, those shutter shades that I was wearing myself in middle school. We were twinning, and then poking wars on Facebook. Just to put it into perspective, it's been a long time since the Commanders have been this good. And today, Daniels became the only quarterback in NFL history to pass for 1,000 yards and rush for over 250 in their first 5 career starts. Daniels also became the third quarterback since 1950 to win at least 4 of his first 5 starts, joining 2016 Dak Prescott and 1973 Joe Ferguson. And now, an NFC East leading Commanders squad will head to the Charm City to take on the Baltimore Ravens and reigning league MVP Lamar Jackson at M&T Bank Stadium next week. So if you want to bust out the apple-bottom jeans or those shutter shades in Baltimore and you feel like it's 2008, do it, Commanders fans. You deserve it. But Dan Quinn is not taking part, because he knows that the past was then and that these 2024 Commanders are here to create their own history.
You know, I can't regard, for the past, but what I can say is for the group that's here, we really felt the fan support today. And I thought there was a definite home field advantage created. We're going to continue to try to lean on all 3 phases. My favorite part of our team is the team. And there's all sorts of ways that guys are trying to find an edge and, do it for one another.
So speaking of the Ravens, Joe Burrow and the Bengals hosted Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Let's go straight to the fourth quarter. This is where the game was just electric. Bengals up 31-28. Burrow, Joe Cool, Joe Shiesty to Jamar Chase. He takes it to the crib, 70 yards. He's got wheels. His second touchdown of the game. Bengals up by 10. Next possession for the Ravens. Lamar was going to fumble the snap. It got back to the Bengals. And then Burrow throws an interception. And now it looks like the Ravens are in field goal range right after this. Lamar finds Tylan Wallace. Wallace going to fight for 19 yards to put Justin Tucker in position to tie the game at 38 apiece. And this game is going to overtime. Opening drive for the Ravens. Lamar fumbles the snap again. It's recovered by Jermaine Pratt. Bengals take over following the fumble. And then Evan McPherson, the kicker for Cincinnati, is going to come on with a chance to win the game. Game-winning field goal, 53 yards out. Wide left. Ravens take over. Ensuing possession for Baltimore. You're going to give it to the King. King Henry. Derrick Henry takes the toss. Runs outside. 51 yards. This dude eats nothing but pears before games, and he's an animal on the field. Justin Tucker drills the game-winning field goal. It's good. Ravens win 41-38. When we return, Old Dominion is making the grade after their high-scoring loss to Coastal Carolina. We got report cards. We'll be right back. All right, back to school for the Old Dominion football team. The Monarchs fell to Coastal Carolina last night, 45-37 in a shootout down in Myrtle Beach. The offense was strong. We were led to expect some different looks with Colton Joseph at the helm, and outside of a few turnovers, he delivered in the highest way possible. So for the offense, 37 points is 37 points. Give me a B+. I say B+ because coming into this game, the most yards ODU had put up this season was 333. Last night, 462 total yards of offense. We mentioned Joseph, the redshirt freshman QB. In his second career start, Joseph completed 22 of 40 passes for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 68 rushing yards and a touchdown on the feet. Despite the loss, this was probably the most high-powered the offense has looked all season. On the defensive side of the ball, listen, we know it's that next man up mentality. Ricky Ronnie says it all the time, but no Jason Henderson, which is something we've come to expect because he hasn't played since South Carolina. But the other injuries piled up in this game. They gave up 45 points, which is the most amount of points the Monarchs have allowed since 2018. So for that, unfortunately, give me a D on the defense. One of the more interesting stats that I found for this game was that the Monarchs led up the 16th most yards this week out of any FBS school in the country during the Coastal Carolina game. It's the most points that Coastal has been able to put up on the Monarchs in 6 years, all behind their high-powered quarterback, who you see on your screen, former Oscar Smith star Ethan Vasco, who threw for 367 yards and 3 touchdowns, which were both college career highs for him. Overall, listen, Coastal is going to be one of the better offenses in the Sun Belt this season. ODU went toe-to-toe with them. So for this game, give me a B-, especially because Colton Joseph is still only to continue with the blossoming with the increased amount of opportunity that he's been getting. This was a winnable game. Even without defensive back Will Jones or Koa Nawatala or Jerron Manning and Patrick Smith-Young, who were all either out for the whole game or out for certain parts of the game. You stay on the road for one more game to take on Georgia State before coming back home, who on paper scores less points per game than ODU, gives up more points per game than ODU, and it's a good opportunity to get back in the win column, potentially move to 2-4 on the season and get your season back on track. We'll be right back. The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs continue to get crazier. Look at this. On lap 184 at Talladega, the Yellowwood 500, 28 cars involved in a huge crash. And when the dust settled and all the wreckage was pulled off the track, we went to our 5th overtime of the season with only 10 cars on the track. It's the most overtimes in a single Cup season of all time. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. took it all by 6 1/1000ths of a second.
Man, this team has put a lot of hard work in. Obviously, we haven't won since the 523, and it's been an up and down season. It was a lot of hard work this season, just trying to find a little bit of speed. But we knew that, this track is one of ours to come get.
Also, after today, points leader William Byron advances to the round of 8. You ever seen something like that before? That was definitely wild. That's all the time we have for the Sports Wrap tonight. How about that? Big day for the Commanders. ODU, we'll hear from Ricky Ronnie tomorrow. Head coach Dawson Odums at Norfolk State. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night at 10:45.